are this morning. We have made our first climb out of the campsite for about a mile. And I don't know if you can tell it, but right down below us is Fontana Lake. You can see the edges there where the water level is really down right now this time of the year. So I think from here, I think we're going downhill for the rest of the day. We've got about a 6.5 or 7 mile day, depending on where we wind up today. Eventually, we're going to wind up at the Fontana Lodge for a nice indoor place to sleep tonight and having a decent meal and a resupply before we head out into the Smokies tomorrow. So that's kind of what we've got ahead of us. Thank you for joining us, and we'll talk to you soon. Well, having a good day so far. We just crested our first uphill and our only uphill today, and I think the rest of it is downhill to Fontana Dam. And hopefully we'll have a nice hike today. Just as we pulled up at the top to take advantage of a little cell reception, we met up with Kevin, who's now going by the trail name of Goat, and Sunkissed, and so far so good. We'd not seen them in a while, and honestly, I figured they had gone a couple of days ahead of us when we took our zero there in Franklin, but they actually wound up taking a few days off in Asheville and enjoying the sights and such there, so that was pretty awesome. And it's really great to have them back in our traveling pack again. So we're finally winding it out a little bit after going uphill for the first mile, and we'll see you down the trail. Yeah, all right, here we are at the top of another climb, and this is our first view down here of Watauga Dam. You can see it down there maybe through the trees, and that's where we're headed for the day. So we're gonna be going at least some downhill because that's downhill, and we'll see how things go. So we're gonna head up the trail. Shot of Fontana Dam, and we're plowing along down towards that way. We just went up again, so I'm stopping to breathe and to video. Everybody thinks I'm just stopping to video, but really it's to get my lungs back. We're starting our downhills, I think, into the dam, and here comes Hawkeye, and so far so good. It's kind of neat joining back up with these guys after having not seen them for a week or so. Welcome to the flat spot. It has been a while. You blew past us at Rock Gap, I think.
Yeah, you all stayed at Long Branch.
Yeah.
And I had blown by because
I
was getting.
You were waiting on Rick. They got the message that where's Rick?
Oh, I know, because I told him, I said my husband, because he had said I want to take you up on that. He wanted to get off trail.
Yeah.
And then I guess he changed his mind. And all you guys were at that lovely shelter.
Yeah. This is
I almost stopped to say hello to
Kevin and MJ, also known as Goat and Sunshine. No, Sunkissed, yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
I got that right in my blog, but got it wrong on video. So
Hi.
we're meeting up with some old friends, and that's been awesome. It was a nice little surprise. We're coming down, and surprise, surprise, we have a stream. Actually, we've got two streams. We've got one coming from over here that you can see glinting in the sun, and one coming just down here in front of me, and they're joining up right here. And we have a little bridge to cross over just behind this tree right here. You'll begin to see it here in a second. There we go. So it's decent of somebody to put us a crossing right here. And the trail goes up and around a little bit, but we're getting ever closer to Fontana Dam. But I wanted to stop and show you this because this is really cool. Somebody's camped here because there's the remnant to an old campfire. But yeah, we're having a great day walking today. It's been very pleasant except for a couple of uphills at the beginning. I don't know why those are still so hard for me, but I'll get there. I know I will. But it's good because I'm set to video. And I just looked up and we are right on top of Fontana Dam right over there. It's kind of cool, right there in the near distance. You can sort of see it. Of course, that means we're probably still 2 or 3 miles away from it, but we are certainly close to our goal, and that's kind of neat. We'll keep on wandering down the trail. We've got a big trail group going together today. It's really cool to meet up with some old friends. And Gab's back talking with Catherine, or so far so good, and Sunkissed. Kevin and I are leading the way, and Travis is way out in front somewhere. He really hikes. He's a good hiker. So we'll catch up to him here just in a little bit. Hopefully. Kind of surprised we've not pulled up for lunch, but we may be just going all the way. We'll see what happens. You can see a little bit of Fontana Lake down in there, and the ridge line back across over here. I don't know that we've come up and over any of this. Maybe we did, I don't know. Maybe we were on top of that earlier. It's one of the things that I haven't been doing is stopping to look at the names of the mountains that we're coming across, but this is the trail where we've come from, and there comes Goat. And See if we can slowly swing back so as to not make you sick to your stomach. And here's the trail going forward and onward to Fontana Dam. Up at the top of the hill, and we are still closing in on the dam. Looking at our maps, it looks like we may come into Fontana Village before we get to the Fontana Hilton, which seems kind of an odd thing, but I just sort of figured we would get to the shelter first and then we would get to the everything else, but we'll see what happens. We're gonna head on downhill, but boy, isn't that pretty right there? The water level, as I mentioned before, is really down right now, probably 15 feet, 20 feet, maybe even more than that. But as the spring comes in, they'll let it fill back up a bit. These backwards videos lately, I don't think, because the sound was really goofing up. I'm gonna try it again today. I've got my headphones in, so I'm hoping that it's catching the mic right here by my mouth. So hopefully that's a better audio quality than what I've had previously to this. I wanted to just take a couple of minutes as we kind of wind out this day and call out Gavin a little bit. Man, Gavin has done a really awesome job of hiking. He's not been in as many of the videos, and we're working to try to include him or to include some of the video that he's taken along the way. But I can't say enough about how well he's done. You know, we all have hard times out here, and there were some times last week where he was really missing his mom and the dog, not necessarily in that order. And maybe even missing his brother. I'm not real sure about that, but I think he did, whether he vocalized it or not. But we were able to catch up to them this past weekend, and you know, we had a little bit of a struggle going uphill out of the NOC, leaving them right behind. But after about 10 minutes, he was done with that, and he has hiked hard all week. And we have done some hard hiking. So that trek up Jacob's Ladder the other day was awesome. It was exhilarating to know that we did it, although I'd just as soon not do it again. But he's just done a super job of hiking. We figured out in the last couple of days, the easiest way for us to hike is for me to go out in front, and I'll be able to wind my legs out. I don't have to worry about stopping if he slows up. I'm not crawling his back, because we did have some days kind of like that where I was just right on top of him. But this lets us spread out a little bit, not too far. I don't very often let him get more than 100 yards or so behind me before I stop and check and make sure that I can see him coming along. And it's beneficial that he's got that little red buff on, so I can usually see that through the trees. But this lets us both walk together. We can catch up and chat some if we'd like. We can both walk our own pace, and that's pretty nice. And you know, when you're going this kind of a distance, it's really beneficial to be able to walk at your pace, to speed up or slow down as you see fit, or as the rocks in front of you see fit for you to slow down. I've been favoring my left knee a little bit, so on the times when we used to be following each other going down a really steep incline, and I was having to take a step and hold up and take a step and hold up because he was being very careful, and rightfully so, that just was tough. But with the ability for us to just kind of step out at our own stride, I'll stop and pull up and wait for him occasionally. It's really been pretty good hiking the last few days. So we are, I don't know how far we are from Fontana Dam. We can't be very far. I know we're within a couple of miles or so of some juncture. We were, I think, 1.7 from Fontana Village, which was perplexing to me because I don't remember us going through Fontana Village when we came out on Saturday to just kind of ride around and look. I don't remember the trail coming through there, so I'm kind of interested to see what that looks like. But we'll keep on walking until we find Travis. I'm still kind of hoping we can hike our way to the Fontana Hilton today. That way we'll have less than a little bit, we'll have a few more miles fewer than we'll have to go the next day. So we'll see what happens. I'm gonna ring off and continue hiking on. Actually, I'm waiting up on Gavin right now. I'm thinking this might mean that we're getting closer and closer. This is a little marina area down here on Fontana Lake. You can see the little walkway down there. It's kind of green and silverish, and several pontoon boats and things like that hold up right here. It's really kind of neat. There's a boat right over there. Probably can't see it through the woods. It looks like it's just kind of moored out there. I don't know whether that's a houseboat or whether they just put their pontoon boats out there and have to swim out or row out or something to them. I don't know how that works out. But anyway, we're getting closer and closer to where we had planned to be for the day. Somebody has left their outdoor 76 bandana stuck up here. It's kind of cool. So where are we going? We are probably going to the visitor center or the shelter. I don't know. We'll see where we get to. But Travis and several other hikers are hauled up down here looking around, so we'll go join them and make the rest of our day plan. We've gotten inside of the dam and turned around, and we're coming around the last mile or so to actually make it to the visitor center. Gavin walked out ahead of us scouting, and wow, look at the size of this tree. He says that this one's definitely video worthy of me trying to get through it. So he's stopped and he's videoing me right now. So we'll see what we get coming through here. I'm gonna put my phone up and climb a little bit. I'll let Gavin take over from here.
This is Travis trying to make it through a big ass tree.
That is a massive tree.
Yep.
I'm gonna put my phone up and climb a little bit. I'll let Gavin take over from here. So you just stopped to laugh at me, is that it?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, Louie. Huh.
Well, should I call them that we can't go any further? Need somebody out here right now?
What'd you do, on your belly, or did you go the other way around?
I slid on my belly.
Oh! I may have to take my pack off. Oh!
Ah, you did it.
This is Fat Man's
Is that what
Squeeze.
they mean by born again?
Yeah.
Well, we are continuing to skirt the edges of Watauga Lake, or rather Fontana Lake. You can see out there how they've got the water drawn down. We'll do some more talking about that later on. There is a sign up at the dam that explains the seasoning and why they raise and lower the water so much, but that was something that I was not really expecting, to see the water so far down right now. But that's what we're seeing right now. It's pretty cool. You can get a real good sense of how low the water level is. I would say that's probably 20 feet, maybe 15 or 20 feet. And that's where we'll be, I guess, in the next day or so, up there. That's the Great Smoky Mountains, I believe. Feet further down the trail, this is what we got. Wow, that is just awesome how far down the water is. Be kind of a lot of fun to go in there and dig around, and I'm sure you would probably find all kinds of fish skeletons and all sorts of things in that area there. That's just amazing. We're going to continue on up the trail here. We are coming in on the Fontana Hilton. So if you've ever wondered what a Hilton looks like out in the woods, this is it. It's not actually a Hilton, of course you know that, but that's what everybody calls this shelter because it's right here on the water and it's such a nice place. So we'll take a few moments and explore around a bit, and we'll head on down around to the visitor center and get our shuttle into the lodge for the evening. Well, this is really nice. There's Gavin's gear. I guess we have to hike one more little uphill till we get to the shelter. Oh, is that campsites? Oh, cool. Okay. So, oh, cool. Yeah, and I forgot. Yeah, let me show you. Gavin found this painted rock. Cool. What does it say on the other side?
Keep Thru-hike FB Tellico Rocks.
Tellico Rocks. Okay. So we passed through Tellico Gap a few days ago, and FB means Facebook, guys. So if we get online, we can maybe look that up and find out more about it. But this is our view right now, and wow, there's the sign, Fontana Hilton. How about that? Awesome. And we are headed our way down to the visitor center. We'll catch our shuttle to the lodge and be indoors tonight. Man, it's a beautiful, beautiful day. And to be truthful, our walk has been very pleasant. My fear is, though, that tomorrow is going to take us up and over some of this stuff. So it's going to be an uphill slog tomorrow. I hope there's a lot of switchbacks, because that does make all the difference to ease out the climb a little bit, make it not quite so arduous. We'll see tomorrow, I suppose. This is where we are today. We have Neroed into the Fontana Lodge, and we're checking things out, going after some more shampoo. I suspect we'll find some of that upstairs, but well, this isn't a place that we'll have to come back to. They've got a really nice pool area. This is the downstairs lobby. The upstairs lobby is even nicer than this, but it's a really nice place to be, and we're gonna shower up and rest and have a good meal and be back out on the trail tomorrow.